We not the type to play games, you can state claims. Came to show the movement moving like a freight train, breaking walls and crumble earth with every step we take. We walking by with lash and your neck will break. Never let it stray, so say it wrong or set it straight. So coming at us with an awkward demeanor is leaving your life in a dead of face. So pedal straight, avoid these shots, we send it all costs. Truly believing that it'll be different, we watching your body get hauled off. Simple as this, we giving the vibe of the revolution that we living within. Diminish the doubt of the haters that talk on the low because of this minuscule shit.
Oh my giddy aunt, what do you think of my new opening? Thank you, GRIMJIM. Please send that man 10,000 subs, 10,000 likes, 10,000 what? He made this for me without me asking. It was a complete surprise. Thank you, GRIMJIM. You're my hero. It's Friday. It's foggy. It's cold. I have a brand new, exciting opening. Wow. Just wow, 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 wow. I'm so excited about the new opening. Hopefully it'll get me some more followers or something. On Friday, we sort of hodgepodge our way through any stories we might have missed. Most of these come to us from EN World. One or two come to us from other sources. Just, it's sort of just what did I miss? Because we were so obsessed with is it a man? Is it a woman? Is it a horse? Is it a lamp? That we might have missed a couple things, including probably the most important story that we're not really paying attention to that we really should. And it's not this. I talked about this yesterday, but yesterday, Darrington Press, Critical Role, whatever you want to call them now, announced they're doing their own premium live pay-to-thingy thing that's going to be out there. Now, this doesn't mean you won't be able to watch their stuff still on YouTube or Twitch or wherever else it is. It just means that it's going to be on this first, and then it'll be on Twitch second, and then it'll be on YouTube third. So I'll still be doing Dagger Heartbeats, at least until Dagger Heart hits the, Some people have already said probably stop. Nobody's really interested, but nobody else is really covering Dagger Heart, and it's a gradual decline. So, hey, you know what? They're my neighbors, and maybe if I keep talking about them, they'll send me a free t-shirt or something. All the information for this is in the link down below if you want to check out what's going on with their premium pay thing. I think this is a good thing, as I talked about yesterday for 13 minutes, and because I think this is a signal of, one, them starting to slow down and pass the torch to somebody else, and then two, more importantly, pretty much this tells me their relationship with Wizards of the Coast is over, but I could be wrong. All right, moving on to other stories we missed. All right, we got we got one from D&D, we got one from Free League, we got one from Green Ronin, and we got one from 13th Age. Let's start with 13th Age. All right, 13th Age's new Kickstarter is going live. Some of you may be familiar with 13th Age. Some of you may not be familiar with 13th Age. Great game, lots of amazing ideas in it. Unfortunately, just came out at a bad time. I think it's based on 4th edition. I don't remember. D20. I think it's probably now more of its new thing, but if I remember correctly, it was loosely based on 4E. Am I wrong? Anyways, it was a good system and great ideas. Great ideas for the dungeons in the world and great ideas for the mythology of the world and the cycle of mythology of the world. The idea of the icons was a really huge thing, and unfortunately it didn't really get its time in the sun, but those of you people who did get a chance to play it really liked it. So this Kickstarter is just going live. You get the usual Kickstarter things. You can get the digital for you can get the digital and the physical. You can get the digital and the physical and the deluxe physical. You can get the thingy, and if you go for the really big one, you'll get some toys, stickers and cards and whatever. So that's going live. Cool. I liked a lot of the ideas in 13th Age. That's another one where it's like it had great ideas, but as a whole, whatever. I really like I said, that's one of the ideas I stole from 13th Age was the icons idea. I really like that idea, and it makes so much frickin' sense when you read through it and you think about it. So we'll probably go into that in another video at some point in time if you want. But yeah, and the other thing was that some of the dungeons were alive. They were like living creatures, like just. And then somebody did a map of a hollowed out purple worm as a dungeon, which I think was inspired by that idea, which my friend Aaron ran an adventure set in that hollowed out purple worm. So just the living, or maybe I'm confusing that with another game. I don't know. Need more Cowbell says he likes my new opening. I fucking love my new opening. And if you haven't subscribed to GRIMJIM and all his various forms, including tabletop lists where he gets to play D&D and see Tiddlies, I highly recommend you check it out. He is one of the few sane brains left in the tabletop role-playing game community, and a man who I have admired for years. GRIMJIM is the tabletop role-playing game commentator that I want to be if I ever grow up. Now, from another company who I love, even though they've broken my heart, we have from Green Ronins, creators of my favorite city setting, one of my favorite settings, Freeport. They have announced that they're doing a engine, the Green Ronin Age Engine. It's a magazine specifically designed for the Age system, 2nd edition, which is their take on how they did the D20, and then it grew into something else. I did not like Fantasy Age. It was way too complicated. They've been promising some new stuff for Age, for Freeport. Still hasn't happened. So the only good thing about this magazine would maybe be, hey, Freeport. But so far in the 1st edition, it only seems to be stuff for Fantasy Age. No mention of Freeport. Where is my Freeport? I frickin' love Freeport. What's not to love about Freeport? Pirates of the Caribbean meets Lovecraft with a little bit of Power Rangers thrown in. I ran a campaign for 9 years in Freeport. It's my go-to setting, my go-to city. It's like Freeport sits on the edge of the Slumbering Star / Bloodstone lands, and that's my entire world for when I run. And if I run a game coming up, pretty much the exact same world. So there we go. That's got a thing. If you want to find out what's going on with the Age engine and you just like magazine zines like this, that's going live on Green Ronin. Free League announced a thingy for Dragonbane, which is way bigger than I ever expected it to be. Way bigger. I mean, any game where you get to play a duck as a character class, I think, right? It's just win. Just win. Just what race are you? Human. What race are you? Elf. What race are you? Motherfucking duck. Yeah, well, you win. I don't know why. I think it was RuneQuest first and then this game. I just love the idea of just, normal adventurers and then a duck for some fucking reason. It's just brilliant. I don't know why it is, but every time I see the art, it just makes me laugh. It's just so why. Anyways, they've got something coming out called Path of Glory, which I assume is adventuring and exploring and taking the world of Dragonbane even further. Is this based upon previous stuff? Because remember, Dragonbane is based upon a previous existing adventure. But it's based on some stuff that came out between 1985 and 1986 for the previous existing system. And inspired by all things Heart of Darkness, which of course, is the inspiration for Apocalypse Now. Something called The Dead Forest and something called Gates of Power. Are those books or are those the names of the installments? I mean, The Heart of Darkness, that's a famous book, but it could also be the name of the installment that it's based upon. Remember, these all appeared in another country, under another language, under another system, so they're translating them to English from a game that came out in the 80s in another language. So some of the translations may lose in the retelling, but yeah, it looks like it's an adventure path dealing with some dark, spooky stuff. And again, Dragonbane being way bigger and getting way more popular than I ever expected. And it does have its own SRD Creative Commons. So if you ever want to make stuff for Dragonbane, you can. It is currently 438 KR, which I think translates to about $35, $40 American. So don't be like, oh my God, $438 for one book. No, that's 438 KR, which I think is Swedish. That's where the Free League is located, right? Sweden, Norway, Eastern Europe, someplace where it snows a lot. I don't know. Anyways, it's not American. And finally, in the things I didn't needed to know for the I don't care. If you are familiar with the Dead by Daylight video game series, which I don't think has been relevant for a while now, Dead by Daylight and Hasbro have come to a licensing agreement because Hasbro now feels the only way to make money off of their product lines is licensing, because they're not able to come up with enough creativity to make money on their own, i.e. Power Rangers, Dungeons and Dragons, especially in the 50th anniversary. So we will see some D&D monsters in Dead by Daylight for the 5 people who are still playing Dead by Daylight. And it's going to be the Beholder. And you can get different skins for the Beholder, but the Beholder. And yes, so now it'll be adding a Beholder to all the other ones that are able to deal with. Dead by Daylight is the one where you fight famous horror creatures like Michael Myers, other things. One person is the monster. Everybody else is the survivors trying to escape. Anyways, yeah. So the Beholders. Beholder has shown up in video games for frickin' ever. Go back to Doom, and there's basically a Beholder in Doom. It's not like it's a new monster, but okay, this is a licensing thing, which probably goes to the greater problem that Wizards is having, where Hasbro announced earlier this month, specifically Power Rangers, but in general, the only way they can keep franchises alive going forward is licensing. They licensed off a huge chunk of Power Rangers to another toy company because they felt that after the disaster of the past couple of years and the mishandling of Power Rangers, especially Dino Fury second season, that movie on Netflix, the $3 million, was it 33 or 30 $30 million? And of course, Cosmic Fury, which was just awful. Add to that with just the latest round of Transformers stuff. Though the new one, we don't know yet, but already I'm like, an action comedy that takes place before Transformers, where we just see them as 2 bumbling guys. Yeah, I don't really want to see Optimus before he was Optimus and Megatron before he was Megatron. So I don't think Transformers Year 1 is going to do really well. Yeah, so here's another example of Hasbro feeling that they cannot make money off of their own product anymore, so they have to license it out because of their continuing mishandling of the product, all the way going down to Dungeons and Dragons and Magic, and all the way back up to the big money makers for them until recently, Power Rangers, Transformers. On the other side, Furby is still making them hand over foot in money, which I don't think anybody saw coming. I don't think if like 2 years ago you went around to people and went, hey, what do you think the number 1 selling toy is going to be next year from Hasbro? I seriously doubt anybody would have gone, Furby. That weird talking gremlin thing. Who saw that coming? The other big thing that's still making them hand over foot is, of course, ponies. And Peppa. Peppa is still raking in the money for Hasbro. I think people forget that over in the other side of the world, there are a couple Peppa amusement parks, and over in Japan and places like that, Peppa is almost as big as Hello Kitty. Not sure why, but yeah, Peppa rocks. Anyways, that's the hodgepodge of news for today. If you appreciate my content, let me know. If you don't appreciate my content, let me know. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 2,000 subs by August 4th, and we'll do something crazy. Maybe go to Vegas or something for my birthday. I don't know. And of course, once again, please take a moment to thank GRIMJIM for my amazing brand new opening. It's amazing. Till next time, drive careful. It looks like it's going to rain. And get off my land.